previously are loaded in the horizontal homes.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I guess as you, listed the factors for selecting the lead cask, I guess in your application you're going to make the argument in terms of why, for example, cask 49, it is bounding in terms of when you compare it to cask 6. That was loaded in 1998 versus 2006.
Yes,
to make that argument.
Yes, we would make the argument, and in fact, if you're speaking of the abraded surface due to the earthquake, the earthquake happened, it abraded the surface of all the casks on the same day. So if you're looking for corrosion due to loss of coating due to abrasion, that all happened on the same day. So it kind of reset the clock, if you will, for the cask. So in that matter, it didn't really matter which cask you picked up if you're looking for corrosion. Certainly, the one we're picking up is one of the highest heat loads. So if you believe the literature we found about the elevated corrosion in ambient air or elevated temperature leading to higher corrosion rates, certainly this would equate to a slightly higher corrosion rate, and we would make the correlation to the oldest cask. It is different by 8 years, I think. But if you have a higher corrosion rate, that should equate back to the cask corrosion of the oldest one. I should mention here also that even some of the highest corrosion rates, most conservative corrosion rates people have calculated are in the order of 10 mils per year, and the cask bottom is more than 8 inches thick. So I think this came from the Prairie Island license as well. It's about 1 inch maximum of corrosion expected in 100 years. So it's a significantly thick cask bottom and a very aggressive corrosion rate, and still, hundreds and hundreds of years of longevity for the cask bottom.
And also the argument about, I guess your position would be there is no corrosion underneath the top cover because the top cover was replaced for that cask, right?
I'm sorry, which cask?
For cask number 6, the oldest cask.
The oldest cask, yes, sir.
The top cover was replaced. I mean, that's the argument.
The argument was, the replaced top cover is newer than cask 23's top cover.
Right. Thank you.
Can I ask one more question, please? This is Erica calling for Virginia.
Sure.
Following the seismic event that the 5 casks that were inspected, were all of those also lifted and checked inside as well?
They were not lifted. They were checked inside on the top.
So in other words, the cask that moved the most was inspected, but just on the outside kind of inspection?
Well, we opened the access cover and looked inside the protective cover on the top. We did not remove the protective cover, but there's access, a hatch, if you will, on the top side of the cask that we removed on those 5 and inspected inside.
But you couldn't get to it to be able to actually lift it and look at the bottom of that one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any more questions?
Yeah, this is Donna. You're saying we couldn't, when she saying lift the bottom, so you get to the bottom of the cask, is that what you were talking about just now?
Yes.
Yes.
So I thought you painted the bottoms also, so you have some that were moved in the earthquake that you don't know if you need to paint the bottom? I'm confused.
The bottom of the cask is painted during fabrication, so it is purchased and arrives at our station already painted.
Okay, so that you're saying, so then when you said when you paint them, then you paint the sides and the top and not the bottom, is that, am I understanding correctly?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
This is John Vera from the NRC. Just a comment to Dominion and the submittal. I'm glad to see that you are informing yourself with new regs, NEI paper, and old RAIs for the other cases, and please make sure to look through all the RAIs and their responses and what the staff's concerns were for each of those, so that your submittal contains all the information. I know that the systems are not exactly the same, but make sure that you make, do the comparisons to what you might be asked, so that we don't have as many RAIs as we've had in this processes before. And I'd certainly be happy if we had a successful review with less time and less RAIs, and I'm sure you would too. Thank you.
A quick question. This is Marlon Davis from the NRC. As far as the procedures to inspect the casks, have those been developed?
Yes, procedures to inspect inside the protective cover, as well as when we lift the cask, those procedures have been completed.
Are there any more questions? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you very much.